What's up, everybody? It's Henry with Conley Coaster Designs, and it is 8 a.m. on Wednesday. What's up, everybody? It's Henry with Conley Coaster Designs, and it is 8 a.m. on Wednesday, the 17th, and today is Media Day for Iron Menace at Dorney Park. And I am lucky enough and privileged enough to have been invited up along with a bunch of other YouTube coaster channels to attend Media Day. And so I'm getting ready to leave here. We're going to head up there. The next videos you'll see is, well, I'm going to do this stupid little fast forward drive there. And then the next video you'll see is going to be vlog style. It's going to be an entire vlog of this experience. And I've never been to a media day. I have never had this opportunity. So you guys are going to kind of experience it with me. And we'll see how this goes. Peace, guys.
So I'm going to try and keep the amount of talking I do in this video down through the beginning of it, and really save that for my review at the very end of the video. I have a lot of thoughts on Iron Menace, on the Steel Yard, a lot of reflections back to last year when I began this channel, documenting this roller coaster, when we began that whole digging and trying to understand what was coming and what it was going to be, and some reflection on what came to fruition and maybe some of the stuff that I over-predicted or things like that. But as someone who's never been to a media day experience, Dorney Park knocked it out of the park with this one. They really made me feel like I was a part of this, like I was a part of this unveiling, this opening ceremony, the whole experience. And when we entered the park, there was this really cool photo booth where we could take our photo in front of an Iron Menace backdrop. And the system texted it right to us, so we had it available to post right away to social media. They had another one aiming towards the base of the drop. Unfortunately, I didn't get to that one in time. I kind of got caught up with Ghost in the Machine and got distracted by that. But it was cool seeing Iron Menace testing while we were standing outside, waiting to be let into the park. And I'm going to touch on this more when we get towards the review and my thoughts on the whole ride, the whole themed area. But Iron Menace really stands out. That color scheme is a unbelievable choice, and the thought process and the mindset that went into picking that was genius. It stands out against the background. It stands out when you're coming off the exit, heading towards the park. You see it. You cannot miss this ride. And in the next clip, there's going to be an old-timey band that was playing throughout the day, which was pretty darn cool to see. And here we are going to get our first looks at the Steel Yard and this completely new themed area. And let me back this up to something that I talked about last year when we were doing all of our predictions and everything. I said that I think this is going to be one large themed area like we've seen at other Cedar Fair parks popping up. And this is absolutely what we got. There you could see the story behind the machine, referring to Iron Menace and how Iron Menace got its name, and the story of Mr. McTavish. All right, we're walking down towards the steel yard here, and we are going to get our first looks at Iron Menace, the steel yard, and this whole new area here in Dorney Park. And let me just say, the theming is insane. I'm going to let it speak for itself. This is truly unbelievable. They've completely changed this area. It's a new steel yard sign, which looks fantastic. Absolutely amazing. New restaurant. A shipping container. Don't know what this is. Thunderhawk, or as sometimes I say, Thunder Chicken, running, testing. And they are tying the entire history to this thing. Steel yard gifts. And there she is, Iron Menace. Now, before I give you the full opening ceremony with no edits, no nothing, I just wanted to take you around the Iron Menace gift shop. From the cups to the shirts, the variety of shirts that they had, the magnets, the pins, the nano coasters, they have such an amazing variety. Plus, of course, they have, the Talon, the Hydra, the Steel Force shirts. They have the Thunderhawk 100th year shirts. We didn't get to sing Happy Birthday to Thunderhawk, so a bunch of us are going to have to go to the park and sing Happy Birthday to Thunderhawk the day the park opens, so that way Thunderhawk feels welcomed and appreciated.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ryan Eldridge, Manager of Public Relations and Communications.
Wow, unbelievable. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is amazing, amazing. I just want to say how blessed I feel to be up here, how blessed our Dorney Park team feels. Thank you all so much for being with us here at Dorney Park in Wildwater Kingdom. We're thrilled that you're here for this extraordinary day in the park's history, which is 140 years. So thank you for being here. Seriously, we appreciate it. My name is Ryan Eldridge. For those of you that don't know, I am the Public Relations and Communications Manager here at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Before I start, I want to extend a special welcome to members of our ride manufacturing team, B&M, as well as our general contractor, Sardoni Construction. Thank you so much for being here today. I also want to give a shout out to our fantastic team here at Dorney Park that has made this such a special day, and really for all of us, a special year and a half planning and getting this thing ready. So thank you so much to our team. All of you have made this dream a reality. For 140 years, Dorney Park has delivered millions of wonderful memories to generations of guests. From time-honored roller coasters like Thunderhawk, which, did I mention, turned 100 years old this year. Happy birthday, Thunderhawk. Happy birthday. We won't break out in song just yet. Dorney Park has also delivered new thrills like Iron Menace, and we have set the standard for fun here in the Northeast. And of course, while the big news of our 2024 season is the monstrosity behind me, the Northeast first dive roller coaster, the Iron Menace, we've got so much more in store for you this year. Iron Menace is, of course, at the heart of an all-new themed area, which no doubt you are now experiencing. Our new Steel Yard themed area, and did I mention, it looks beautiful, and it harkens back to the rich industrial history of the Lehigh Valley. In the Steel Yard, we have the Iron Mill Grill and Bar, which is going to be serving up treats hot and cold for you throughout the summer, and then those crispy fall nights, we've got chicken sandwiches, pulled pork sandwiches, flatbreads, just to name a few. And did I mention our all-new Iron Menace lager, brought to you by the folks at Funk and Illumination Brewing. Hey, they're fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Also, it's great. You gotta try it. We didn't stop at the restaurant, though. You also get to explore Steel Yard Gifts with all kinds of fantastic merchandise. I see them applauding back there. Posters, hats, shirts, nano coasters, everything you could want. And did I mention it is open today? So please go in there, grab your Iron Menace merchandise, and then grab it for those loved ones in your life that love roller coasters. There's a lot of great gear in there today. We also have our Flying Scooters ride, which some of you know the former name, but we now reference it as MT Buckets. And we hope you get that family experience on that ride, which is conveniently located right by the Iron Menace. But the excitement doesn't stop here. We've got all new events to keep folks coming back all year long this year. Our Summer Nights event this year will be Eastern Pennsylvania's hotspot for excitement after the sun goes down, with exciting live entertainment, food, and beverages inspired by our friends in the Caribbean. In the fall, we've got new family-friendly tricks and treats with tons of fun for your whole family. Of course, Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom. Did I mention it is the place to be in 2024, especially if you like thrills, chills, and family fun that honestly you can't find anywhere else. All right, it's time to get fired up about today's main attraction, the Iron Menace. Here to describe our newest thrill ride is Clayton Lawrence, corporate creative producer at Cedar Fair Entertainment Company. Give it up for Clayton.
Thanks, Ryan. Good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to be here on behalf of the creative and design teams that worked on this exciting project. When we envisioned a new thrill ride for Dorney Park, we knew we needed to design a completely unique experience to the Northeast. And in doing so, we wanted to make sure it was rooted in the Lehigh Valley and the unique industrial paranormal history that is in the area. Guests will be immersed into the story of Steel Baron Hiram McTavish as they enter his cursed factory and board this one-of-a-kind thrill experience. We partnered with world-class roller coaster designers B&M to create a dynamic dive coaster. Right behind me, you'll see the lift hill towering above at 160 feet. Just as you get to the top of the first drop, you'll hang there for a heart-stopping hold that seems to last forever. Right up there, way, way, way up there. Once released, it's a 152-foot dive drop at 95-degree angle right into that Immelman loop, which is at 180 degrees. As you catch your breath, you're thrust right into a zero-G roll. If that wasn't enough, you're launched into a tilted loop, which is the first in the world on a dive coaster. Yep, we can clap for that. For the finale, this Iron Beast sends you into a 360-degree corkscrew spin. But please, don't take my word for it. In just a few moments, we are going to invite you guys to experience this ride for yourself. And for those of you who think it might be too scary, please enjoy the rest of the area and the land and the theming that is involved in the Steel Yard. And now, it is my honor to introduce you to Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom's Vice President and General Manager, Jessica Naderman.
Thank you, Clayton. Before I begin my remarks, let me start with another thank you. This one to our incredible team, especially our maintenance team, Sordoni Construction, B&M, and of course, South Whitehall Township. We're excited to have Sophie Bollinger here today with us. And let me also give thanks in advance to our operations team, who has worked very hard to get this ride commissioned and will be running it all summer. Creating a monumental ride like Iron Menace can only happen in a cooperative and collaborative environment, which is exactly what the Lehigh Valley is all about. Dorney Park has been a leader in providing jobs, opportunities, investment, and recreation to the Lehigh Valley for 140 years. We take great pride in our responsibility to make a difference here at home and in our region. And we believe this ride further supports our commitment. Every year, we welcome over 1 million guests from all over the region. While these folks may come for the Northeast First Dive roller coaster or one of the nation's best water parks, they also get a chance to see what the Lehigh Valley is all about. They stay at local hotels, enjoy drinks and food at our restaurants, buy gifts at local shops, and visit our historic landmarks. And they may just fall in love with the Lehigh Valley, creating ripples that extend well beyond South Whitehall Township. Make no mistake, Iron Menace isn't just about an investment in our park. It's an investment in our community and region. It's furthering our commitment to support the Lehigh Valley economic development for another 140 years. Thank you again for being here today. And I'm thrilled that you will all get to experience Iron Menace here very soon.
Thank you, Jessica. I had a moment on the side stage while you were speaking. Well, we feel blessed. I do have some reminders before you forge your own fate. First, our public will get their first shot to ride this Friday during our Ride for a Cause, benefiting the Eagles Autism Foundation. This event is a commitment to our community and to an organization that raises funds for innovative care and research. We truly hope that you can join us for that event and be a part of our efforts to better our community. Another reminder to our media friends in the audience, if you have scheduled interviews with our team members after this program, our team will be to your left, my right of the stage, and they'll be ready to get you what you need and where you need to be. If you're planning to ride Iron Menace and would like us to record your journey for use in a news program or a content segment, please have your lanyard ready and make your way to the fast lane queue. Those with a black lanyard, you will enter through the fast lane so that we can expedite that gathering process and you can meet your deadlines. To our other incredible guests with us today, a number of experiences are available to you as soon as we conclude this presentation. If you'd like to ride Iron Menace, empty buckets, or take a walk through our Ghost in the Machine Halloween haunt maze that was inspired by the Iron Menace, you can do so immediately following this program. Steelyard Gifts, did I mention Steelyard Gifts is open for shopping? Restrooms, if you didn't know yet, are located by the Whip, where you came in, or the Iron Menace. If you'd like to grab something to eat, food and beverage service will begin at 11 o'clock. Thank you to our food and beverage team. And thank you again for joining us for this special day. We look forward to seeing you on the Midway this summer. All right. Are you ready? Are you ready? All right. Who's ready for the 160-foot climb, 95-degree drop, and 64-mile-per-hour speeds? Who's ready? That's better. Who's ready to flip 180 degrees, spin 360, and experience the world's first tilted loop on a dive coaster? Yeah, you are. If you're ready for all this, today's your lucky day. We are now going to watch as Iron Menace makes its first 160-foot climb.
today at Dorney Park.
Holy crap. I just gotta point out, as a small-time YouTuber and someone who has always just looked up to the other enthusiasts out there, it was cool to be in the presence of other major enthusiasts like Hollywood Studios, who you see right there, El Toro Ryan, who you also see right there. That was kind of just, it added to the experience of this. You know, these people that I've watched on YouTube, that I've learned from, that I've, you know, always thought were just absolute amazing parts of this community of absolute nerds. It was cool to be around them. Alright, that was a really cool opening ceremony. Now we're getting ready to ride. Shit, that's gonna be out of focus. Talk about theming. I'm going to talk about some of that stuff in the review portion of this ride, but I also want to just talk about it right here because you see so much leading up to this. Again, MT buckets, great play on words, love it. The building for the station, the building that houses the bathroom, and the building that houses Ghost in the Machine, they all match. These were things that myself and Justin were talking about last year when we were talking about this ride. The repaint to the former Stinger mechanical building, the use of these antiques, most of them from Bethlehem Steel, in the theming of this ride, it all ties the area together, and it feels like you are entering into McTavish's steel plant, which was truly amazing. Also, just a tidbit, I got to see how El Toro Ryan starts off some of his videos. Again, total enthusiast nerd in me going crazy right there.
This is their crazy contraption they created. So, let's go right to the long shot. Amazed if you were get invited to media day. I don't know.
So something you're going to notice here, there were two separate lines. One was a VIP line, one was a working media line. They were trying to get the working media through so that way they could get their content out there and get it all taken care of. That's the only reason that we're taking the fast pass lane. Couple things to point out. Again, extremely detailed and thought through queue. And the inner part of that walkthrough area is well themed and it's well put together. And we're going to get our first up close peek at the trains here. The new B&M vest restraints, everybody loves them. They are comfortable. You're going to love this ride. Having ridden it after all this time speculating on this thing and really trying to figure out what this coaster was going to be, what this area was going to look like, and my general thoughts on it. So, reflecting back to the first video I made on this coaster, there were quite a few things that I got wrong, and I learned a lot through this process. And I corrected myself in later videos, but I'm just going to reiterate this. My first video did not show any footers being dug. As much as my enthusiast brain wanted to make me believe that they were footers, they were not. And I had someone come up to me at the park today who was watching my videos from the start. And we were chatting about that and how they were saying, no, those are not footers. Those are not footers. And I recognize that. You know, there are countless things that I did get wrong. And there were countless things that maybe were going to happen, but due to budgets or approvals or whatever, did not. I saw no signs of the propane tank that I had seen the pad for in the blueprints. The base of the drop, it did have some theming to it. It looked like you were kind of diving into a molten pit of metal, and there's broken piles of brick and concrete and all around it. It was not the fire effect that I had theorized might be coming. It was not any of that, but it was still some sort of thematic effect. There were a couple things that I had talked about with like a year-round haunt, things like that. I don't think that's occurring. But there are also a couple things that we did get right in this whole process, which was pretty cool. The retheming of the Flying Scooters ride was one of those. Just tying the area together, the thematic area. It was an absolutely beautiful thing to walk into, and it temporarily took you out of reality. It temporarily took you out of the reality of, what's going on in the world, which I think in the end is the purpose of an amusement park, is the purpose of a theme park, and it gives you that opportunity to step away from reality. The ride, I have to say, is the best B&M I've ever been on. And I know people are going to get a little crazy about that. I'm not saying that it's the most forceful. I'm not saying that it has the most inversions. What I'm saying is it was one of the best experiences. It was smooth. It ran well. It hammered element after element after element. That, in and of itself, made this ride amazing. Now, for Dorney's B&Ms, I think this is the best one Dorney has. And I know there's a certain someone on Twitter who loves Talon who will see this video and might say a thing or two. I love Talon too, but hear me out. Between the restraints and between the smoothness of this ride, it is easily the best B&M in Dorney Park right now. The color scheme is fantastic. It stands out. That burnt orange with that gray support is fantastic. The trains, they have those fire colors to them. They are fantastic. The design of the logo, the sign for the ride, the McTavish steel sign, all these things make this ride what it is. Sure, it might be on the shorter side of a B&M coaster. It's on the shorter side of most coasters in general, but one thing to keep in mind for us enthusiasts is dive coasters and dive machines in general are short rides. The general public loves them. These newer, smaller B&M dives have become more popular with the enthusiast community, but keep it in mind, these rides are short. That is by design. Even the biggest B&M dives are still short comparatively to other B&M roller coasters at a similar price point. But this one rides fantastic. If you have the opportunity to get to Dorney Park, if you have the chance to maybe do the ride for a cause, or if you're a season pass holder and you're going to be at preview day, you are in for a treat. If you have the chance to shift things around in your schedule and make it to Dorney Park this year, do it, because this ride is one that you are not going to forget. Definitely pick up some Iron Menace merch. The merch is amazing. It's comfortable. It is nice, and I am not being paid by Dorney for this. I am just telling you the honest truth here. It was really nice stuff. It's really high quality, and for amusement park merchandise, the pricing was not bad. Unfortunately, I did not get to try the Iron Menace beer, and I didn't get to try it because I literally was going to work right after Media Day. But by everyone else that I've heard who has tried it, it is a fantastic and refreshing beer. So definitely get to, I think it's called Funk Brewing. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Get to them or get to the park and pick it up. I can't wait to experience some of the food options. And I really think this spells a bright future for Dorney Park. I believe that this really speaks to where the park is going to be going. And I don't think that this merger with Six Flags is going to slow anything down when it comes to future, endeavors for this park. There's already been rumors out there and words being tossed around about the lower end of the park down by the lake. which sits unused for most of the year. I really think a nice flat ride package is in this park's future. We probably won't see another coaster for a few years, and I'm probably going to go revise my 5-year plan video to reflect this. But I definitely don't think this is the last roller coaster Dorney will see. I just think that we will see a coaster leave before we see another coaster in its place. One thing I would love to see, and I'm still going to throw this out there, is I would love to see the Wild Mouse disappear and get replaced with an RMC Wild Moose. That's just me. Heck, theme it to something cool and create another themed area. It would be a hit. But overall, absolute 10 out of 10. I can't thank Ryan at Dorney Park PR enough for the opportunity. As an enthusiast, as a channel with a very small following, it's rare that we would get an opportunity like this. But for Ryan at Dorney Park to offer us the opportunity to be there, the opportunity to experience this ride pretty much before the general public, and to be able to capture the B-roll, capture the footage that I want, be around other enthusiasts, and have that experience, that means a ton. And it really shows how much Dorney Park not only cares about the general public, but their management truly cares about us in the enthusiast community. And they understand something very important. The enthusiast community, we are crazy about these things, and we will travel from far and wide to ride a ride if we see someone else in the enthusiast community that we watch their videos. Heck, if you watch my videos and you look at it and you go, yes, I want to go ride that. They recognize that our voice and what we say about these things, it does have an impact on attendance, and it does have an impact on the reception of a ride. So it was great to be a part of that. And I still feel like I'm unworthy, insert a Wayne's World moment here. I'm not worthy. Like, the fact that Ryan walked up to me, shook my hand, and said, hey, what's up? Like, recognized me. That type of public outreach with the enthusiast community goes a long way. And I am really grateful for that experience. So good job on Dorney Park. Good job on Dorney Park's PR team. And of course, Bollinger and Mabillard for building some of the best roller coasters in the world. This was an experience that I will not forget. People are probably going to get annoyed that see me on a day-to-day basis. I'm probably not going to stop talking about this for a few weeks until something else comes along that, causes the gerbil inside of my head to go running and fetching something else to latch onto. So with that, I'm going to leave you with some other footage that I caught throughout the day. And then if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, turning on the notification bell. I know it's been a while since I put a video out. I'm sorry that it's taken so long. But as people in my Discord know, I am working on a history series, and I am getting to the point where I'm ready to start recording the first video of it, and it's going to be a history series on Dorney Park's history. And I felt there was no better place to start than where Iron Menace stands. The history behind that portion of land is rich, and it really ties into the 140-year history of Dorney Park. We're going to have some other projects that we're going to be working on, and I'm not ready to talk about them yet, but there will be some cool stuff coming on this channel. I'm going to try and keep it alive. Hopefully I see you guys out there at the park this year. Again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification thing, share it on Facebook, anything. It helps a channel like this out. Stay safe, love each other. Again, we're all a bunch of nerds. We like something, and we go in depth on something that most people just casually walk by. Yet we're vividly, our attention is gained by these things, and the pursuit of knowledge and understanding with them. That's what unites us as a community.